Hey everybody, hello, how y'all doing? Welcome back to our channel, my channel. I am loving life freely here. I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark Macari, and I'm on Instagram, and I have another YouTube channel. I just do a lot of different things on here. One of the things I really enjoy doing is reselling, and we do a reseller chat. I keep wanting to say weekly because we were doing it weekly, but we're doing our reseller chat today, you guys. And I've been doing some research on some different topics, and I have some questions for you guys. More of an extended life update for y'all, so you kind of know how the changes that I've made as of 2 weeks ago, how that is affecting me, and is it been a positive or a negative? On top of just some stuff going on. it's gonna be a good chat, you guys. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a cup of hot chocolate, y'all. We are in fall, and I had my first cup of hot chocolate the other day doing coffee with a girlfriend on Saturday, and we both enjoyed a nice cup of hot cocoa. So if you like hot cocoa or hot cider, yes, it's fall season. It's time to bring those wonderful drinks out. Go grab whatever floats your boat, and let's dive into what is going on in the reseller community this week, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody. It's funny because the week that I don't do the reseller chat, it's been nice because I've got a lot of things going on right now, and it's been nice kind of having a break from doing the reseller chat. But by the time the week rolls around to do it, I'm anxious to dive in and see what we got going on, you guys. And y'all know how much I enjoy doing these videos. I not only enjoy doing them here for the reseller chats here, for reselling, but y'all know that I've started another YouTube channel. We'll talk a little bit about that too. But right now, I just want to share with you, I just enjoy talking with you guys. Sometimes it feels like it's been a minute. And I haven't done a lot of unboxings lately. I do have some coming down the pike. I have one recorded. I will be sharing that soon. And I've got another box coming in the mail. And then I've got a gal who's hopefully going to be sending me a couple more boxes here in the next week. She's been sick, so I told her, just make sure you recover, and she's going to be sending me some things. So lots of people are getting sick with the flus and stuff, you guys. It's that time of year, right? I do encourage you guys, don't freak out with flus and sicknesses and colds. We all know that your body needs to develop antibodies with these colds. Get your immunities built up, eat healthy, take care of yourself. So I hope if you have been sick that you recover well, take good care of yourself. But yeah, we're in that season right now where flus and colds and just all kinds of things are going on right now. So hopefully everybody's healthy and recovering nicely. And you know what, even recovering from colds, that is something that we'll definitely be talking about on the other channel if you already know what my other channel is about. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a little bit of a life update for y'all. My goodness, what isn't going on? We finally finished kind of doing our prep for prepping our house for the coming cold season. We got our windows taken care of. We would have gotten our truck fixed up, but we are actually on the wait list to get the truck in. We live in a small town, and services around here, you can literally be backed up 2 and 3 weeks in. And services out here, because we do live in a small town. So we are getting our truck fixed, but it's like in November, which is fine. It's honestly fine. We just have some things to get fixed on it, and so we're going to get that done and get that ready to go for the winter season, so that if we do need to drive it in the snow, it will be all ready to go and have a nice little work done on it. So yeah, the winterizing of the windows, we have a couple small other little things we need to do to winterize, but other than that, we are pretty much ready to go. I will be working in my studio during the winter up here, but not as much as I did last year. Dan explained to me, because we have winterized my main living room downstairs, and I mainly work down there anyway. He's like, go ahead and do photos down there and do all that setup. So I am able to move my stuff back and forth between the two rooms. It's just going up and down the stairs, which isn't a big deal. So I can take my 10 items down there, go do photographs, do my photo room, and then I already list and do all my other business in my living room. It's a nice little area. And I have these beautiful windows with stained glass. I have some plants in there now. So anyway, that's mainly where I work from. So we don't have to worry about winterizing up here. I do still record up here. That will still be happening. But I'm just kind of transitioning so I don't have to spend quite so much time up here. Because this room, you think it gets hot in the summertime, guys. This room gets very, very, very cold in the winter season. And we have not had the ability yet to really focus on the upstairs windows. And we don't have heat up here. So if we have, like when our son was living in his room, he had his own little heater, but we don't have heat up here. So my husband's like, I don't want you freezing. Just stay downstairs, do your photos down there. So I'm kind of shifting that direction. So probably like 99% of my work will be done down there except for videos and just storing my stuff up here. And obviously I do shipping up here, which I do in the morning. It doesn't take that long to do my shipping. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. And I'm excited about the fall season and winter season, guys. I enjoy wearing sweater. I enjoy bundling up. I enjoy the cozy, nautical aspect of, sweaters and just the textures, the colors in clothing. I just think it's just a beautiful time of the year. And I also love the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I love the colors and all of that. So I'm excited about the seasons coming up, you guys. And fourth quarter, you guys, fourth quarter is the #1 quarter for everybody in reselling, no matter what you sell. I have not been majorly stocking up, to be honest with you. I haven't really purchased a lot of items because I still have a lot of inventory back here. I do have a lot of new tags back there. I am still incorporating new tags. You'll see the next unboxing where I'm getting it from and what I'm doing there. And I'm kind of going in that direction because it's good cog for good pieces. So you'll see. If you're not yet subscribed, guys, subscribe. Okay, seriously. Between the unboxings going to be doing, the reseller chat that I'm going to be doing, I am working on putting together some interviews. I have figured out how I want to do that. And I need to reach out to some resellers. I already have some up my brain and mind that I think you guys would be really interested in seeing interviews with. So that is coming down the pike, guys. I know I've talked about it before. Honestly, I've been so busy. Between reselling and now my new side venture that I'm doing. But I've also been, guys, I have been listing new listings, brand new listings, just not as much because I'm spending a lot of time right now going through all my old inventory back here in my inventory room and relisting just a ton of stuff. Like I started from my first item and I'm going through all my inventory to double check and make sure it is listed from going from list perfectly back over to Vendu, plus things get kicked off to eBay. We've already talked about all that. So I am literally going through every box and every bag back here, verifying that it's listed, and if it's not cross-posted or listed, I'm doing that. So I'm doing that with an average probably of 15 to 25 items a day. So every once in a while, I do kick in some new listings into that, but this is a priority for me to get this done. I want to get this done as soon as possible. And because I have probably a couple thousand pieces back here, guys, at least, that's going to take time to accommodate that and accomplish that. But it's very, very important. I haven't done it since I started reselling. And I'm excited because, guys, if you're not watching my solds, me doing that plus the offers that I've been sending out, if you don't know what kind of offers I'm doing, guys, go back and watch 2 weeks ago on the reseller chat. I explain everything. Because of the offers that I'm sending out, and I am relisting all this old inventory into fresh new listings on eBay and every platform. I've got things back here that have been sitting, that are old inventory that I was wanting to get rid of. It's selling. And most of it I'm doubling my money on because my COG was so low, but it's going out the door. I'm so excited. So my goal is to get to the point where by the first of the year, a lot of this stuff is moved out. And my transition of still having some of the lower end items in my closet, but the majority of it will be the higher end items. Okay, so I'm doing that basically in the morning time. My afternoon schedule has changed a bit because of the new thing that I'm doing. Now, I am going to put a plug in for my new YouTube channel because it kind of integrates in with what I'm doing now here, you guys. It is always going to be listed in the videos, in the description down below in these videos, okay? And I haven't put it this video channel in that one, because most people who are already over here have already been watching these videos, but some people who are watching my reseller chat are very interested in my new video channel. Some have already been commenting to me. Some people actually message me because I've had relationships that built up or friendships, and we talk via texting. So they've been telling me how much they're so excited about that. I am thrilled about this new channel, guys. It's called Daily Healthy Living. And my second passion in life, guys, outside of God and my family, is health. And it's for a reason, okay? And I go into all that in one of, I think it's my second video that I did on the channel. I'm actually going to be posting another video today. I'm so excited, you guys. Health is so important to me. So important. And go in and subscribe to the channel. Again, it's linked down below. Go watch my videos to why it's so important. It's not some of the reasons why other people say. Yeah, I think it's important for people to be healthy. But there's just a lot of stuff in our foods that shouldn't be. There's a lot of stuff on our shampoos and conditioners, and all the normal daily things that we use have chemicals in them. On top of just wanting to be healthy, be organic, grow our own foods. And guys, food prices, it's just insane. So anyway, if you guys are interested in that type of content, just being healthy, I don't care what your size is, I don't care what your age is. This is not about that, guys. Although changing some of these things and being healthier might be a benefit to your health, is the point, guys, right? So do feel free to drop down and check out that link and subscribe to my channel, guys. We have so much great content, Azure hauls, and all kinds of things. So because I have expanded onto that channel, my afternoons now are focused on doing YouTube for this channel and YouTube for that channel. There's a lot of different content creation that I'm going to be doing on that channel. So my afternoons are busy being my homemaking side of who I am, which I talk about in my video on that channel. It's the second video. My love is being a homemaker. I was raising my kids, the whole time they were growing up. I was a homemaker and a mom at home. And I miss my homemaking. Plus, my husband, I really want to get back to being making things from scratch, getting rid of the chemicals, additives, preservatives, and all that. Grow our own gardens, being able to produce our own food all year round, and being healthier by our choice of what we can pick and not just foods from the stores. And again, if you want to know more about what's going to be involved in that and what I have to say about that, go check out the channel, guys. So I'm super excited. The afternoons are going to be filled with making that content, as well as doing my actual homemaking for my home here based on that content. Like making my own bread, and just some other things, and having time to prep and cook dinner for my husband and I, and also doing things around my house and things like that. So I'm super excited to actually have more time to be a homemaker and create content for that homestead channel for being healthier. So do feel free to subscribe to that. So my schedule has kind of changed. Most of my reselling stuff is done in the morning. I've been able to work my schedule out now where most of that is done in the morning. And once I'm done double checking all my items back here, I will get back to actually listing 10 to 15 brand new items a day in my reselling business. But right now, because of the amount of items that I'm going through back here and relisting and double checking, it is kicking the algorithm so much. Right now, I don't have to add new listings. So I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible so I can get back to listing brand new listings. Again, I will be feeding some brand new listings, brand new items into the mix here. But I want to get through this as soon as possible. I'm probably just over halfway there. And it's been about 2 weeks. So I'm really, really trying to chug through that. Now, it probably won't take as long with some of the items because a lot of my older stuff wasn't listed. A lot of my newer stuff I knew was listed, so I just need to double check that's been cross-posted. So, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. And I think it's really important that I do this because, not just because I'm going from List Perfect, I went from List Perfectly back to Vendu, which I'm so glad I did. But it's always good to check your inventory anyway, especially if you sell on eBay because they do get kicked after time. But sometimes things even happen when you're in reselling and things aren't listed on Mercari or Poshmark or whatever. It's just always good to check your inventory. I would say at least maybe once a year. And I know that's hard, especially if you have a ton of inventory. Some people don't do this. So anyway, I don't want to beat that too long. I'm still keeping very, very busy. And then the evenings after dinner, y'all, is when I spend a ton of time researching for my husband and I, our life and our future that we want to build here with healthy living and homesteading. And I also do research for this business. So I'm doing a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of research, and then I go to bed because I'm tired. I'm still doing my workouts in the morning, still spending my time with the Lord in the morning, my Bible time, my prayer time, and all that. So that hasn't changed. But yeah, I do keep very busy, and I'm excited about where my life is going, what I'm doing, and I'm excited that people are excited about this new channel. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the reselling changes that I've noticed that are going on. Sorry, my throat gets dry when I talk a lot. Okay, so I do have quite a few topics, y'all. Let me see here. Okay. We talked about that. Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you guys about Depop. Okay, so this is business and personal. I told you all that I put a video out on Depop. If you are considering doing Depop, I don't think Depop is a bad platform. That wasn't what I was trying to imply. Because I mentioned during my soul video that I put up yesterday that I am contemplating not doing Depop after all. I did go back to Depop. Depop is a great platform, guys. And the reason why I did the video on it and I did go back to it is because I've had some things back here that I thought may not sell on Poshmark or Mercari, and they could possibly sell well on Depop. The thing is some of those things that I thought wouldn't sell there are now selling there. So my main reason why I am contemplating not selling on Depop is not because I don't like the platform. It's a great platform. And you can sell anything on Depop, guys. It is not just a vintage store. It really isn't. I have sold newer tags items. I've sold jewelry on there, brand new tags. I've sold, the junior items. I've sold women's office wear, men's. I've sold so many different types of things on there. It's not just a Y2K kind of thing and vintage kind of thing. It's everything. So if you do want to sell on Depop, I highly recommend it because the fee is so low. It's very similar to Mercari. My reason why I'm contemplating not selling on Depop after all is because on Depop, when you use Depop labels, you have to use your house address for the address. All my other platforms, I do not use my house address. I have a P.O. box in town my husband and I use for mail because we can't get mail to our house. It's the way our mail system is set up in our very small town, and we don't have the ability to actually have a mailbox set up at our house to have mail delivered to our house. I'm not going to go into why. It's the way the post office does it here. So my husband actually have a P.O. box, which we're actually okay with, because we feel safer knowing that people don't actually have our house address to send mail to, period. It all goes to our P.O. box. It's not connected to our actual house address. And on Depop, in order to use their labels, you cannot use a P.O. box. You have to use your house address. I don't like that. Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay, I'm able to use my P.O. box. Nobody ever sees my actual address on my labels, and I like that privacy. I just do. My husband also likes that privacy. So, and if I were to use P.O. Box through Pirate Ship, I most definitely could do that. My other thing is it does take time, kind of like with Mercari on Mercari shipping. If you use Mercari shipping, you actually have to go through and you have to snip it and outline it and then cut and paste, go through and add that to it, flip it around, adjust it for your printer, and then print it through your printer. You can't just print it. Mercari is not set up that way. Mercari, if you use Pirate Ship, is the same with Depop. This is my issue. I actually have to go into Pirate Ship, add in their address, type it all out, add in their name, type it all out, double check, make sure I got everything right. So it's going to the right address, double check the shipping and all that, and then print the label. That takes time, and if you do multiples of that, like if you even have 3 or 4 items, even 1 or 2 items, it may not seem like it, but that can take time to do just 1 or 2 packages, let alone as you build up and grow, sell and sell more. That takes a lot more time than just being able to pull it up, click on the print on Poshmark or eBay, 1 or 2 clicks and you're done. it's so much longer to actually do a pirate ship label, to type everything in, double check everything to make sure your label's good, and it's not going to the wrong address, all your periods, dots, and T's are crossed, compared to just printing a label after a couple clicks. I don't want to have to go through that each time I sell something and do a label. I like to keep my shipping simple because I am building up in sales, and I would like to get to the point where as I build up in sales, I'm not having to spend a few minutes to do one label. I want it to just be within a minute of getting a label done. By the time you pull it up, click, 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 and it's ready. And, 15 seconds later, you've got your label going, right? I don't want it to take a couple minutes to double check everything, go back and forth from screen to screen. You get my point? So that's why I'm hesitating. If you're okay with that, or you're okay with showing your actual address on Depop to use Depop labels and just click, 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 and print it, I highly recommend Depop. It's another great selling avenue, especially if you do vintage. But again, even if you don't just do vintage, Depop is a great selling platform. Their fees are low, and I've had nothing but great success selling on there. Even on there, I had a 5-star review. People love my packaging, love my shipping, love my items. I'm not saying that to brag. It's just they liked it. So it was a great selling platform for me, but I have to keep in mind where I want to spend my little extra attentions, and that time for shipping can add up, and I just don't want to mess with it. I'm fortunate with Mercari. I do have to clip and paste, and that's another reason why sometimes I mentioned during my What Sold video, guys, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that. We had some great sales last week. But I mentioned on Mercari, it's a love-hate relationship for me with Mercari right now because of the labeling and the fact that sometimes I don't get any sales during the week at all for a week or two from them. And the next thing I know, I'll have 4 or 5 sales coming through within a couple days. And those sales can add up to $100 or $200 depending on what your profit is and what your item was that sold, right? So sometimes that little bit does make a difference. But you do have to cut and paste to do their labels. So that's my hate part of it. On top of the fact that anything over £1 for me has to go FedEx, I am fortunate that my postal service does do FedEx drop-off. I don't have to go to a FedEx courier. But, so that's my love-hate relationship with Mercari, is the way you have to do labels. And again, if I did my own label, I had to go over to Pirate Ship, and there you are still with Depop, like having to do all that, plugging it in and everything. So that's why I have hesitated listing more on Depop. I do have some things on there right now because I was cross-posting. Right now, Mercari is definitely easier for me, even though I have to clip and paste. Believe it or not, that is still actually quicker than doing it through Pirate Ship on Depop. It does save me a little bit more time. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. You know what? Guys, give me just a second. I'm going to run down and grab my lip balm. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about the little intermission. I just needed my lip balm. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Okay, let's move on to some of these other topics. Again, Depop, if you want to do it, go for it. But those are the reasons why, even though I do have some things listed on there, lately I haven't been relisting on there. My other stuff, I am been focusing on Mercari instead of that one. Y'all know, if you've been watching me for a while, eBay is my main focus. Sorry, I was running up and down the stairs, so I need to catch my breath a little bit. eBay is my main focus, literally. And my eBay business is definitely growing. And then Poshmark is secondary. So even if I'm listing on Mercari, if I don't have time to list and cross-post things, I just don't. Now, eventually, as things build up and sales have definitely started picking up and everything, I mentioned you guys in a previous video probably a month or 2 ago about hiring somebody to do my cross-posting for me. I may still do that. If that's the case, then we'll just go ahead and put it over on Mercari. I don't do hard goods on Mercari. It's just clothing and shoes. So if I did that, then I would just have the person who's doing my cross-posting just go ahead and do it over on Mercari. But I'm not quite there yet. I am going to hold off on that just a little bit. But so when I have spare time, sometimes I'll just go ahead and take the items that weren't already cross-posted to Mercari if I didn't have time at the moment when I was doing Poshmark. I'll just go ahead and cross-post, but Poshmark is my first after eBay. Okay, let's talk about lowball offers. So I have to take my glasses off to read my writing. My vision is weird, and I'm not wearing my contacts right now. I'm not going to go into why. Okay. I wanted to ask you guys, when you get lowball offers, what do you do with them? I'm just curious. And the reason why I ask that is because there's been a lot of talk in the reselling community about lowball offers. Some people are just so ticked off about them. They really are. I mean, you hear some people just raving on Instagram about it. Sometimes in YouTube videos, people will comment down below in somebody's video about lowball offers. Oh my gosh, it's just, I can't believe it. They sent me this lowball offer. And I get that it's annoying, but may I say something? Lowball offers is part of reselling. Regardless, I mean, we were getting lowball offers even before lives came out, right? Lowball offers is just part of reselling. It just is. It's part of the game. The other aspect of it is because the economy is so bad right now, lowball offers is expected. Now, granted, I don't like lowball offers. When I see some of my lowball offers, I'm like, really? But I don't get irritated about it. I either counter with an offer that I probably would have sent them to start with, depending on the platform, 20 to 30% off. It's usually maybe 20% off. Sometimes I'm honoring and send it 10% off. But I always counter, guys, because sometimes people think, well, if I send this out, maybe they'll just, hey, sure, I just want to get rid of this anyway. So I look at it, yes, a lot of people are going to do that because people are just simply tight financially right now. Some of these people send lowball offers because they are just being ornery. And they're trying to just steal something out from underneath you, thinking that if something's listed for $40 or $50 or $60, yes, I've gotten like $8 offers that happened just this morning. Had something listed for $50, somebody sent me an $8 offer. And I was like, no, I'm not selling this for $8. And it was a nice brand too. Now, I know not everybody, if you're not a reseller, knows what a nice brand is. It was a Ted Baker piece. And again, it was listed for $50 and they sent me an $8 offer on this piece. And I'm willing to accept offers. We've talked about that, but I'm not willing to do that. So instead of getting my irritation going, I keep wanting to say pennies in a bunch. But instead of making such a fuss over lowball offers, granted, they're not enjoyable. Nobody wants to get a lowball offer. But I think there's been too much drama about it. It is part of reselling. And right now, with the economy the way it is, it's expected that we're going to get them. Because whether they're trying to be ornery about just trying to steal something out from underneath you, and what I mean by stealing is just, instead of paying a decent price for something, they're still trying to get the best price they can. And some people are just trying to get something super cheap anyway. I get that. And granted, like I said, I don't enjoy it. All I do is, okay, well, let's just counter with this, and I'm going to move on to the next thing in my life. I'm not going to, I don't like walk around my house raving, oh my gosh, I can't believe they sent this to me. I don't jump on Instagram, oh my gosh, I can't believe they sent this to me. Now, if you do that, that's your prerogative, and I don't judge you. I don't. I've got other things to do. I know the lowball offers is a part of reselling, and I may be stepping on some people's toes when I say this, because I know a lot of people on Instagram talk about their lowball offers. They send pictures up and say, I can't believe they sent this to me. But it's part of reselling. I know I've said that 3 times, but it is. I've gotten to the point where literally I figure out, okay, if I were to send them an offer, it's going to probably be about 20%. And I want to counter because there have been times where somebody will send me a lowball offer on something. And now typically when I get a lowball offer, it's for something that's been listed between like maybe 25 or 35. And they'll send me like a $15 offer or something like that. Depending on what my COG is and how long I've had that item, if I do have it listed for 35, but I only paid $4, $5, $6 for that and they sent me a $15 or $20 offer, I'm okay with accepting that because I've doubled my money and I can move on, especially if it's been sitting back there for a while. Now, the Ted Baker item that I got a really low ball offer on this morning, I have had for a while. But my COG on that was $19. So no, I'm not going to let it go for $8 and make $5 on it. It ain't going to happen. So what I did was I countered back. And if they don't like my counter, which was $40, I'm okay with that. Seriously, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to let it go for $8 and then get $5 for it. Okay? So it doesn't really matter what I countered with anyway, Because even if I countered at 15, I'm still not gonna make my money. If I had countered at 30, I would kind of at least make my money back. But you kind of get my point. I'm not mad either way, because whether this sale goes through or not, if I'd accepted that offer, I would have been out at a loss. So I'm not bummed if they don't accept my offer. And it's their loss because they didn't get a great piece for a decent price. And if they choose not to take it for $40, again, I'm okay with that. Eventually, that piece will sell for the right amount. I'm not going to get irritated about it. I would just like to encourage us to acknowledge that lowball offers are part of reselling. Again, we don't like them, but they are part of reselling. So I wanted to ask you guys, and I bring this up because it's been such a thing on Instagram lately. When I'm scrolling on Instagram, I've seen quite a few people putting out posts a lot lately, saying, "Oh, they sent me this," and yes, some customers are annoying. It's part of life. Granted, we don't like it, and I don't like it when I have an annoying customer. But I do try to keep my people skills together. I do try to keep my customer service together, because at the end of the day, we are in a customer service business, and I don't want one person and their personality to affect what I have created and built up for my business and my professional aspect in my business. I will not let that one person affect the base of what I have created, which is professionalism in my business and great customer service. So I always provide them with the proper verbal customer service. I'm not rude. I'm not shafty. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not insulting. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I will answer the question, and if they come back with more, I will answer the question. Granted, in the back lines that they don't see, I'm like, really? But I still give proper customer service. And at the end of the day, again, if that sale doesn't go through, I know I've given the best customer service to be professional with the business that I've worked very hard to create. I don't care what they think. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. Because it's not their business. It's not their dollar. It's not their hard-earned time and effort to create an entrepreneurial business that I've created. I'm okay with what it's left at. Now, if they choose to come back and go ahead and purchase the item, that's fine. And I will say this, with those people, sometimes I'd actually rather the item fall through and them not buy than them buy and then maybe have to still deal with them later because they want to return, or they come back complaining about something. Because sometimes those people, that's what they end up doing. They come back and you're kind of regretting that the sale went through, because now you have to deal with the personality on the other end of the sale. So in those situations, I'm honestly glad when they fall through. I'd rather move on to a customer that appreciates the customer service I'm providing and appreciates the business that I have to offer. And I want to bless them with that item with the people that actually appreciate what it is they're purchasing. Does that make sense? So that's kind of where I am, but I would really love to know what you guys do with your lowball offers. Do you just not respond? I know some people literally just outright don't respond to them at all. But I have had some situations, I think I was getting ready to say this, like a $25 piece or a $30 piece. Somebody will send me like a $15 offer, which is half of what I have it listed for. I used to get irritated with that, but again, honestly, if I'm double my money on that piece and they sent me a $15 offer, I go ahead and accept it, or I counter kind of halfway between what they offered and what I would really like to get for it. I don't go all the way up to the 30, like if it was listed for 30 and they sent me a $15 offer, I'll kind of go between like the 15 to 25, depending on what I know I need to get to double my money on that item. I try to accommodate, because I know, again, some people are struggling and they are trying to get something for what fits within their budget, and they're asking, hey, is it possible with this offer that I can get it for this price? Because they still have to pay that $7.97 in shipping, right? So if I can kind of come in between what they're looking at and what I know I can do for that piece, I will counter that offer. And then if they decline it, I'm okay with that. Seriously, I'm okay with that. If they accept it, great. I was able to provide them with a piece to still work with my budget, work with their budget. It's all a positive in the end. Do you guys do that, or do you just ignore the offers? Or do you answer back with like a sarcastic comment? Because I know I have watched some YouTube videos where people, or even on Instagram, people actually do answer back in a sarcastic way towards people when they're reselling. You know, in a comeback, like really or something like that. Do you do that? If you do, I encourage you to rethink that. It's not professional. It really isn't. Okay, we're going to move on to the next thing. I just was kind of curious, you guys' thoughts on that topic, because it is really been rampant on Instagram and YouTube. Okay, so speaking of offers, when you have a like on eBay, or you have a like on Poshmark, what is your typical first offer when you do your Posh or VA or whatever you do, or if you just send offers on your own stuff instead of using Posh or VA? What is your typical first offer that you send to people? I'm really curious. Some people only do 10%, some people do 20, some people do 30, some people do 15. I'm curious what the typical average offer is that people send when somebody likes something and they receive their very first offer from you. And then going to the next step, the next thing I want to ask you guys is, when you sell something, is it typically that you have received an offer from somebody and you accept their offer? Or did you send out an offer and they accepted your offer when you make sales? Is it you sending the offer, or is it them sending you an offer and you accept when you do sales? I'm really curious to know what that ratio is. For me, it's kind of a mix. I do get people accepting my offers, but I do receive a lot of offers on items or counter offers. I'll originally send out like a 20% off, and sometimes people will counter back with what works for them. And if that works for me, and I'm still making double at least, sometimes I even triple, depending on what my COG is. But if I have to at least double my money on the item. That's my goal. If I've doubled my money on that item and I want to move it, I'm okay with accepting the offer, because I'm not here to store things, guys. I'm here to move and sell, right? We've talked about that before. But if it doesn't double my money, unless it's a really high COG piece, then I at least like made my money back and then half of that. Like if your COG was $20 and you made that $20 back, and then by the time the fees are all said and done and you make $30 on it, I think that's a good deal, especially on higher COG pieces. You know, if the COGs on that are not that high, then yeah, take the deal, right? So anyway, I do get a lot of offers or counter offers. And again, if it works for me, I do accept them. If not, I try to counter within a certain range. I don't go really high, guys, because obviously they're sending you that offer for a reason. So if it's a decent offer, but you need just a little bit more, maybe on eBay to cover the shipping cost fees or something, or you just kind of need to nudge up a few dollars to double your money, yeah, maybe counter with an extra few dollars. And when I do that, oftentimes people take my counter. I don't go crazy with the counter. I am trying to be very mindful on their behalf and still cover my end. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm really curious how you guys do that. Do you guys make most of your sales with offers you send out? Or do they send you an offer, or do they counter offer on an offer you've sent? I'm curious. Let me know, guys, in the chat which one sells the most for you, especially on Poshmark. eBay too, but I think a lot of people on here sell on Poshmark. Okay. This was something that I was thinking about the other day, and I've been meaning to ask you guys about this a few months ago. And since I was looking at them the other day, you know those, when you get in your news feed, and they think that they come out like 2 or 3 times a day, where it's like, Posh, is it, what do they call them? Not Posh Lives, but like when they do those, I'll try to do a screen roll here of what I'm talking about. You know when you get notifications, hey, this type of Posh, show is doing something at 4:30 today, and they'll send it to you the day before. As Posh closet shows, not the lives, but you know what I'm talking about. They send them out like, I think like 3 times a day, in the morning, mid-afternoon, and evening. And there's 4 of them that come out all together. They're back to back to back on your newsfeed every single day. I'm curious, do you guys ever attend those? I get those as we all know, we get them multiple times a day. I've thought about attending them. Some people have actually told me that they might be a benefit. Have you guys ever attended those? And if you did it make a difference for your closet? um, Again, I've heard some people who are really deep into Poshmark, really on board with all the connection, being part of the Posh coffees and sips and all those. I never do those. Honestly, I don't have time for them. My main focus is making sales. But I was thinking the other day, attending those in the criteria that those are setting, because they each have their own criteria, where there's kids' clothes, denim, men's pieces, women's dresses. They each have a criteria in those shows that they do. And I have heard that some people could sell their stuff, and I've heard other people say it didn't make any difference for them. I would love to know in the comments below, you guys, have you ever attended any of those? Do any of you do them consistently? And if you do and have, let me know if they were a benefit to you. I would really love to know. Okay. All right. Two more things. I'm going to cover this one first, and then we're going to do some stores. Because that one could take a few minutes. Mail, guys, holiday season is coming up. I was actually talking with my postmaster. We live in a really small town. There's two people who work at my post office, and they both know me. We know each other by name. I come in, they know me. I'm in there every single day. I'm in there on Saturdays now that my husband's working on Saturdays. I know their name, even the postmaster. I know her one-on-one. We've had some great conversations about life and kids and all kinds of stuff. We were talking about the holidays the other day, and she was sharing with me how they're already kind of starting to vamp up for the holidays, because packaging is definitely going to start increasing. And she said last year was insane. She said this year they can't even imagine what it's going to be like, because so many more people are switching to online purchases, not just reselling, but people honestly just don't have time to go out shopping and getting everybody loaded up in the car. For a mom who's got a really busy schedule and they got activities for their kids and everything, trying to get to the mall to buy clothes and stuff. So many people now are doing online shopping for supplies for school, for kids' clothes, for holidays, birthday stuff, their own personal stuff. I mean, it's just people are literally just shopping online. So packages each year are just increasing more and more. And she said she's almost scared to see what it's going to be like this year. And even though I live in a small town, she said you would not believe, even in our small town, how many packages come through our small town. She was just cringing behind the counter. She's like, I just don't want to know. But why I bring that up, guys, because it's not far down the pike where we're going to start to see even slower shipping times for mail services, because once you get past Halloween and you've got, we all know that last year people did Black Friday the entire month of November. So we know that as soon as the Halloween season ends, we're going to start seeing Black Friday sales, and people are going to start making purchases, guys. And they're not just making purchases for the holidays. That's a big time of the year, too, for people to make purchases for themselves because things are on sale. So, guys, be kind to your mail couriers. Be kind to your post office. And if you have a little bit of a person that's a customer that has bought something from you, that's complaining about, hey, I didn't get my package yet, just kindly remind them that we are entering the holiday season. Packaging may be a little bit slower in the next few months because they have so many packages to process. I just want to give a footnote out there. Guys, be kind to your postmaster. Be kind to the people who work behind the counter. Be kind to your mail couriers. They're working hard too. Granted, I know that sometimes they're a pain because sometimes they screw up their job. We've talked about that too. It is what it is. But during this really, really busy season, guys, I honestly feel sorry for these mail couriers, UPS, FedEx, these drivers. They're already working hard anyway, and during the holiday seasons, oh my Lanta. They're putting in 12, 14 hours a day, and I know this because back a few years ago, my husband and I owned our postal company in Washington. We knew our couriers for FedEx and UPS to come into our store and pick up packages all the time. Those poor guys were putting in 14, 16-hour days during the holiday seasons and averaging easily 10, 11, 12 hours a day, regular day season. So give those guys some grace. Give your customers some grace, knowing that postal services might start getting slower here in a few weeks because a lot of online shopping is going to start happening, and there's going to be a lot of packages flying through. So I just wanted to bring that up. Just give grace to people. Just give a smile, and just, just give them, I hope you have a better day today. Don't be rude about it. Just give them a little bit of hope. I hope you have a better day today. Thank you so much for your time and for your effort in delivering my packages and working so hard to do this. I know it's crazy right now. Just give them a little extra encouragement instead of being irritable. Okay. Stores closing. This is going to be one of the last things to end with, and then we'll talk about goals for the week. Hopefully we're not going too long. Oh, wow, it's been 45 minutes already. Okay. I may not go through all of these then, because we're narrowing in on a longer video. I was watching a video from a gal. She was talking about changes in stores. Guys, there are a lot of stores shutting down this year. A lot of retail stores. I'm not going to go into all of this in detail. If you would like me to move this over into the next reseller chat, I'm happy to do that. Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to kind of scan this, but if you would like more information about what's going on with this, let me know, and we will talk about it 2 weeks from now, and I will add it to the next reseller chat. There are a lot of retail stores closing. For example, Target's closing down stores. It says here more than a dozen major retailers have said they will close stores in 2023. A combined total of 2,373 locations. Amazon, Bath & Body Works, Walmart, Foot Locker are just among some of the chains that are closing and shutting down stores. Bed Bath & Beyond is closing 896 locations. Target, Big Lots, again, if you want me to go further into this, Walmart is changing some things. Yeah, it's really kind of crazy. So if you want me to go further into some of these articles talking about some of the numbers and what's going on, let me know. I don't want to make this video long because this would probably easily take 15 minutes just going through this. So if you are interested in knowing what's going on in the retail stores, a little bit more information about that, I'm happy to take that on the next video. I apologize I didn't get to more of that this time around. I really don't want this video to be that long. I'm trying not to make the videos too long for y'all. Hopefully your coffee is not cold yet or your hot chocolate. Guys, let's talk about our goals really quick so I don't keep you too much longer. My goal is to get through a lot more of this inventory. I would like to, hopefully maybe by the end of next week, be just about done with this. So I am really pushing hard to get that done. And then get back to listing my minimum of 10 brand new items a day. I also kind of did this now because I am waiting for more inventory to come in. Y'all know I've been very, very particular about the inventory I purchased now because I'm really trying to bump up my ASP. Still have some lower end pieces for people. I still want to make that available to some people, but I don't want that to be the majority of my closet. And I've been waiting for some things to come in, waiting for those things to ship. Some of my people that source for me, they've either had car problems or they've been sick. Life happens, guys. It really just does. So this was a really great time for me to take some time to not list brand new listings, but get some business taken care of back here. So it's all good. It's all good. It was perfect timing. And I do hope that my friends who've been having car problems and just been ill with colds and still sicknesses and stuff, you know what? Again, like I said, life happens and things change, right? So they'll be able to do that when and if they can. And when those changes happen, I'm also looking for other ways to source more inventory too. You're always looking for new ways to source inventory, right, guys? You always got to be rolling with the changes. Also, if you're interested in some more kids' clothes, I am still, I have a couple I might be sending some boxes out to, but I have a lot of inventory, guys. So if you are interested in a box or two of some kids' clothes, reach out to me, let me know. And also, if you do source at bins, and you're interested in sourcing for me, if you source at the bins, reach out to me and let me know. I have a few gals who've been doing it, but like I said, they've just had a lot of things in life happen, and that, like I said, it happens. It really does. I am wanting to add to that list anyway, because I would like to have some other options for sourcing as well as the online sourcing that I'm doing. And the pieces that people have been sending me through the bins, I do have a specific criteria, and bless their hearts, they've been amazing at sticking with that criteria for me. If it's something works for me, they send it to me. If not, it's no big deal, and I've been loving that. And those things have been selling. It's been great. So if you're interested in doing that for me, if you do source at the bins, and you're interested in sourcing for me in the criteria that I have for my business, and keeping an eye out for those pieces while you're sourcing and then shipping it to me, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or on here and let me know, and we'll connect and see if that works for both of us. Guys, again, I do want to make a plug for my other channel, Daily Healthy Living. Again, the link is down below. Feel free to check it out, guys. I've got another video I'm going to be recording right after this, and that's going to be going up here in the next day or so for some things I've already ordered, and getting going on that. And my goal this next week, again, is just to finish getting through this stuff and my YouTube, and just continuing to grow that, do my research. Guys, I hope you're having a really great week. I usually always say welcome to the reselling community at the beginning of my thing here. If you are new to the reselling community, welcome. I always love to say welcome to you guys. It's a great time to be a reseller. Guys, I will see you in the next video. If you haven't yet, please do like and subscribe. Go back and watch videos if you haven't watched my previous videos before. Do subscribe so you know when other content is coming up. Lots of great stuff coming down the pipe, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.